What's up, guys? Wyland1 here, and today we are finally taking a look at the Neca Gargoyles Goliath. Now, this is the first time I've picked up a NECA figure in about 5-6 years. I had this whole perception that I didn't like NECA because they're great looking figures, but the quality and being an action figure and, the articulation kind of sucked. But fast forward now that NECA has the Gargoyles license, I just had to pick this guy up, and I have to say, I am so impressed by this guy. I am so impressed by NECA. I guess they stepped up the game. It is a fantastic looking figure. He looks awesome looking. I cannot believe the detail, the paint apps, the articulation actually is really good. And not only that, the quality of the articulation is just fantastic. So when you get this figure, there is some assembly required. He was in a fantastic looking box. I showed off a little bit in my previous video, but I just wanted to make a new one. Tail does come off right here. You can't take off the wings as well. They're all on little pegs. And you just have the bare figure just like that. I'm going to review him a little bit like this first because it will be a lot easier. Without the tail though, it is a little bit harder to pose him because he needs that tail to balance somewhat. But if you get him in his traditional pose with the bent legs, it's not that bad though. He is a pretty tall figure like this if you stand him up like that, but he is not supposed to be like that anyway. The gargoyles do have bent limbs on their legs when they are standing per se. With that being said, he is a 7-inch scaled figure, but he fits actually really good with your 6-inch figures because Goliath himself is a pretty big guy. With the bent legs, he actually stands pretty nicely with some other figures, and I think it's a good scale. I think that's a great scale with some 6-inch figures like this. He fits in nicely. These are my favorite heroes of my childhood, so it's nice to see them properly scaled, looking at each other. They look pretty fantastic, like so. And also for a fun size comparison, I want to use this character right here, which is the Jessica Jones figure from the Netflix Marvel shows. In substitute for an Elisa figure, I guess. I don't know if we're ever going to get one. I don't know if I will like it or not, but I like the scale right here. And yeah, looks pretty cool. So taking a look up close and personal with Goliath, like I said, his body, this sculpting is fantastic. It's not TV accurate, obviously, cartoon accurate, that is. He has a more realistic look. He is shredded. He has like the Arnold body. Oh my god, he looks just perfect. Too perfect, but he looks really good. Muscles on muscles. The sculpting on it is fantastic. The shading of the muscles as well is really nice. Like his skin is basically a purple, but the shading is a darker purple, accenting the muscles really nicely. He does have his little loincloth right here, which is really nicely done. It's a soft plastic or soft rubber, that is. Nice detail in the buckle, nice gold. Very clean paint apps. Even his nails, you see his nails are a little bit darker purple as well. And going down to the feet right here, as you can see that. Alright, so he also comes with a couple of accessories, of course. He does come with alternative head. Looks really nice looking. You can see the details on that. Mouth open, teeth showing. His eyes are whited out as well. So it looks pretty good. The hair is really nice too. Has a nice blue shading on it. It is a softer plastic as well, so it's a little bit more pliable. He also comes with a couple of hands right here. Fist hands, an open hand right there. Actually, this is an open hand with this one right now. He comes with a little bit closer gripped hand so he can hold things because he does come with a book and a jalapeno. And if you guys watch the show, you know a jalapeno is like their catchphrase throughout the show. All the gargoyles eat it. There's an episode where Goliath finally eats one and he screams out, "Jalapeno!" Right? So it does grip in his hand pretty decently, just like that. So, which is pretty cool. Zoom in. There you go. So he can hold it like that, which is pretty nice. The book, on the other hand, now I'm gonna say this wrong. I'm gonna butcher it, so I'm just gonna write the actual word on the bottom here. But it looks really nice. It's a great looking weather-bound book right here. Very weathered. Looks really nicely detailed. You can see the pages right there. You can even see some scripture inside there as well. Just really nicely detailed. And this one fits in his hand too. You just grip it in like that. And you know the Goliath loves to read. He reads a lot in the series. So that can hold the book. You can actually have him holding it like this. So have him look down and read the book. center it a little more. But yeah, so you can actually have him doing that, which is pretty nice. Going to articulation now. So he does have a ball jointed head. Let's take this off actually and put on the new one. So you can just pop it off like that. You can see he has a ball jointed head right there. One in the base basically, and one on the underneath the head. To put this on, you can just pop it in. Very nice. So he has a ball jointed head. It goes down a little bit. Doesn't go up that much because of the neck posture and also the hair. He goes left to right. No problems there. Pivots a little bit. So it's pretty decent overall. Going to the shoulders right now. So the shoulders are on hinge joints that rotate. Just go up about that high, down, forward, and back. No problems there. Pretty good articulation. Nice and firm articulation, I'll say that. The bicep swivel right there. Very nice. 2 points at the elbow that go about that far in, which is okay. At the wrist, he has a hinge and a swivel, so it's pretty standard right there. Going to the ab joint, he has a ball joint in the upper torso, so it doesn't move that much, but it looks like there's a second one at the waist. So if you used all those together, you get some decent poses. Not the greatest ab joint, but it does rotate, it does pivot, so you can crunch a little bit, but it's not that much though. But the movement is there. Going down to the bottom, his T-jointed hips right there on ball joints, as you can see. So there is a thigh swivel there as well, if you can see really deep in there. So it goes forward pretty decently, almost 90 degrees, which is not bad. Goes back a lot, split-wise, pretty good. He does have a thigh swivel in there as well. Over here, one joint at the knee, which goes back pretty far, which is nice. I think it's on a peg too, so it does kind of rotate a little bit, so you do have that, but you might not even need it. Also, he has an ankle joint right here, which is on a hinge, and also pivots left and right, which is really good. He also has, I guess you could say, a toe joint articulation right there too. So he has really good articulation. I have to admit, I was really impressed by everything, by the quality of it, the firmness. He is a big, heavy figure, so like I said, you do need some extra balancing on him, but that's where his tail comes in. So this is where his tail comes in. It is on a hinge and on a peg joint, so it will rotate and hinge up and down. It's a nice rubber material. There seems to be a wire in there as well, so you can bend it any way you want it to, which is nice. I find it easier to stick it into his tailbone like this, so you can actually have some leverage to pop it in there like that, and then you can just bend it. So it's really nice. There seems to be a bottom part where there's a couple air holes right here, so just keep that in mind when you're sticking it in there. But like I said, it does help him stand a lot easier and pose him with the tail being supported right there. And now taking a look at his wings. His wings are really nice looking. Not like the cartoon, obviously. Our cartoon was a lot more plain looking. These actually have like scales. You can see that. It has a nice finish to it, almost like a, I'm not gonna say sparkling, but it has a nice glistening look. I don't know what the exact word is. A lot of scaly designs on it. It has a nice texture as well. It's a really hard plastic though. Very hard plastic. It's not cheap though. It's a pretty strong material. But it's definitely, it looks nice, but they're so big. The span of these wings are humongous. They are really, really tall, right? So they might get in the way in posing. There is going to be another version where he has his wings folded in. I'm not sure how what the material of that is, but I do wish they had something like a wired one and everything else was like a fabric material. That would have been really nice, but I'm pretty sure it would have been hard to make. So these peg in the back right here pretty easily, right? And they make the wingspan, like I said before, is just ridiculous on this guy. There you go. Let me click in like that. Alright, so here he is with his wings all spread out. Like I said, humongous wingspan. Here is Superman at one end. Here is Captain America at the other. Just a huge wingspan. It looks nice though, I'm not gonna lie. It looks really cool. Like I said before, humongous wingspan. I can't imagine having the whole clan eventually in my collection. And you're gonna need a lot of space spreading these guys out, or just gonna have to overlap a little bit. But like I said, it's cool looking. I'm not gonna hate it. They're on hinges and a peg hole, so they do kind of move around a little bit. If you want to move them around any way you want, you can fold them back just a tad, or fold them forward. They do make a little clicking sound on them, so be aware of that. Or I don't know if that's just the plastic warping, who knows, but very cool looking. It does add a weight to him. I've had this figure for about, I don't know, a month and a half. I opened him before, and I do notice that like his toe hinges are giving out a little bit. They're weakening a little bit because of all this weight on him. So if you might want to use some super glue or some future finish to strengthen them, strengthen that up a little bit. But yeah, other than that, great looking figure, fantastic. When I posed him, I actually take off this head, like that. Sometimes there's no easy way to take off the head, but I like this head a lot better. The nice neutral pose looking head. And just like that. I like Goliath looking like that. Wings look fantastic. I really am interested to see how the folded one looks like. I think he comes in Bronx. I don't know if it's a 2-pack or not, but it's gonna look really cool. And yeah, it's just a great looking figure. I'm so happy to finally have this in my collection. It took a while, but yeah, looks really cool. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and a little quick look at this awesome looking Goliath figure from Neca. If you liked the video, like always, please comment, criticize, subscribe. Do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!